Has anyone ever told you that lightning never strikes in the same place twice? If so, you were being lied to. Lightning can and does strike in the same place more than once. In fact, according to the National Weather Service, the Empire State Building in New York City is struck by lightning about 20 to 25 times each year. Why does lightning keep returning to the same location? Because lightning always follows the path of least resistance. When thunderstorms form, they create an electrical field between the clouds and the ground. The ground, of course, is typically positively charged. Because of this charge difference, opposite charges within the clouds rub against each other, which creates a tremendous amount of static electricity. Eventually, the electrical potential is high enough that the air molecules become ionized, creating a conductive path for electrons to travel along. These electrons flow toward the positively charged ground through the path of least resistance. Tall objects, such as the Empire State Building, provide just that, a path of least resistance for lightning. Since the building is a conductor of electricity, lightning will continue to strike it when there is an electrical charge buildup in the clouds. The myth may have originated as a metaphor to mean that someone is unlikely to encounter bad luck or misfortune twice in the same place. Where exactly the saying came from is unknown, but meteorologist Howard Orville is credited with popularizing the phrase in his 1943 book, The Weather. However, the earliest printed reference to the saying can be found in a 1927 issue of the Popular Science Monthly magazine. On page 62 of the March 1927 edition, there is an article titled, "Lightning Does Not Strike in the Same Place Twice." So it predates Orville's use of the phrase by 16 years. What makes the origin of the saying even stranger is that the very same issue of the magazine contains an advertisement for a new invention called the Multiple Stroke Attractor, a lightning rod designed to attract multiple lightning strikes to the same location. If people believed that lightning never strikes in the same place twice, then there would be no need for such a device. But lightning isn't as random as some may think. Tall structures like the Eiffel Tower and the Chrysler Building are also frequently struck by lightning each year, and in 2011, a bolt of lightning struck the Empire State Building 4 times in 10 minutes, according to Live Science. If there are several tall conducting objects near each other, lightning may strike the same object multiple times in succession until the charge in the clouds is neutralized. So not only does lightning sometimes strike in the same place twice, it can strike several times in succession. And as if striking the same place twice wasn't enough, sometimes lightning will strike places that aren't even tall or elevated. For example, open fields, bodies of water, and even houses can be struck by lightning. In some cases, lightning may strike the same place twice, because the location is a natural focal point for electrical discharge. According to the National Weather Service, lightning is more likely to strike the highest point in an area. This is why tall trees in open fields or hilltops are often struck by lightning. Places that appear to be random but are actually prime targets. Now that we know the truth about lightning, we should take steps to protect ourselves. Although it's relatively unlikely that a person will be struck by lightning in any given year, the odds increase if you're outside with tall objects around you during a thunderstorm. Remember to seek shelter immediately if you hear thunder and stay away from windows. Avoid using corded phones and plumbing fixtures during a lightning storm. If you're caught outside without shelter, crouch down and don't lie flat, because that increases your chances of survival. So what should you do if you're struck by lightning? According to the National Weather Service, you should first ensure that you're in a safe location. If necessary, move the person who has been struck away from others and call emergency medical services. The myth that lightning never strikes in the same place twice has persisted for decades. Although it may have originated as a way to express that someone won't suffer the same misfortune twice, it's important to understand the scientific truth. Not only does lightning strike in the same place more than once, it can happen multiple times in succession. So remember, if you see clouds rumbling in the distance, don't be fooled by myths. Stay safe and remember, lightning can strike twice. Thanks for watching. To keep these videos free, please consider making a tax-deductible donation. Click the donate button now.